Hi, I'm Nicole Gallop Mildon, and I'm a solicitor and a diplômé notaire working for SykesAnderson, a boutique city law firm who specialise in French matters, in particular French property. We get a lot of inquiries from people looking to invest in French property, and a lot of the first things you need to know about the prices in France. So, what are they like? Well, French property prices do show overall trends, but there are regional variations, and even within a region, such as the Ile de France or Greater Parisian area, there are substantial variations based on location. The overall picture is that the market last year suffered a significant slowdown, and basically there were far fewer transactions. In the Ile de France area as a whole, the volume of transactions is down 31% from a year ago. So have prices fallen? Well, in some places, yes, they have. But again, it's a very localised picture. If we take a look at the prices for the apartments in the Ile de France area, you can see that the prices for the apartments have fallen overall by 0.6%, except in the Yvelines department, which is the grey section, where they're completely static. That area does include Paris, and in Paris specifically, prices have fallen by 1% over the last year. But this doesn't show a very complete picture, because if you look at this map of Paris, you can see that prices have fallen in many areas, but have actually risen by up to 5% in the 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 9th, 10th, 17th and 19th arrondissement. Those are the blue areas on this map. And even then, in each arrondissement there are significant variations. If you take the 3rd arrondissement as an example, prices are up by 0.1% over the last year and by 36.1% over the last 5 years. However, if we look at the little areas, they do vary significantly. So we have a drop in Archives of more than 15%, a smaller drop in Archives-Métiers, which was between 5 and 10%, prices static in Saint-Avoie, and they've risen significantly by up to 5% in Enfant Rouge, giving the overall increase. So, the longer term picture for properties in the Parisian region is that over the last 5 years, the prices have risen significantly, overall about 19.6%. In Paris itself, the rise is closer to 30.9%, and the highest increase is actually 42.9% in the 2nd arrondissement. And these prices don't apply to all properties in the Parisian region. In fact, they only apply to apartments, and unfortunately the picture is more depressed if you're looking at houses. So, are there similar variations elsewhere in the country? Well, yes, significant variations continue throughout France. Overall, it's estimated the prices have dropped by about 4%. However, the biggest drop is 12.8% in the Haute-Normandie, and the rise that's been noted as being the highest is about 7.6% in the Midi-Pyrénées. How regional are the trends? Extremely, I think, is the answer. If you look at Haute-Normandie with that significant drop of 12.8%, its neighbouring region has also suffered a drop in Basse-Normandie, but only of 4.9%. Again, if you look at Midi-Pyrénées, where the price had risen the most, and were up by 7.6%, the neighbouring region, Languedoc-Roussillon, had actually suffered a fall of 4.9%. So, within regions, the prices varied a bit between departments, and within departments, the prices will vary by commune. One question we're frequently asked is whether these trends are the same across all types of property, and the answer is no. It's noticeable that whilst the high-end property market had a very difficult time in 2012, estate agents are now seeing an increase of transactions at the beginning of this year. About 22 to 30% more preliminary contracts are being signed in this first quarter of 2013 in comparison with the first quarter of 2012. This market is probably coming back quicker than some others. And why would that be? Well, estate agents estimate there's about 50% more properties on the market. At the higher end, about 44% of sellers of properties over the €7 million mark who were selling at the end of 2012 are selling because they're pulling out of France. A third of those sellers were French residents. So it seems that the recent tax changes in France are taking effect.
And how are those prices moving in the high-end market? Well, generally they are down between about 2 and 5% since the beginning of the year, but this will vary depending on the property. So family houses around the €1 million mark are selling well. However, properties between €1 and €2 million are down about 8% this quarter, and properties over €2 million are down 10% this quarter. The market is definitely picking up, particularly under the €2 million mark. Other trends that we see by property type are that about 70.7% of sales are of principal residences. Purchases of rental properties are down 10.9%. Purchases of secondary residences are down by about 4%. So, what should you be doing if you want to invest in French property? I think it pays to look carefully, particularly if investing in rental properties, as few of these are being sold. As prices vary enormously depending on locality, researching the precise area is important. Neighbouring areas may not be following the same trend. It's noticeable that regional local variations are significant. Property purchase overall is depressed, however, there are rising prices in some regions and for certain types of property. What other steps should you take before you invest in France? Well, personally, I'd be looking at the tax issues and how best to structure the purchase based on my personal circumstances. Forearmed is the best way to enter into this market. Thank you.